everyone, I'm the 13th Wolf, and you know what? Today is day 30. Day 30 of the 31 days of Halloween. And you know what? I reached back into the Wayback Machine and I thought, I watched a lot of movies this month, some from the 2000s, one or two from the 70s, from the 80s, but it's time to jump back even farther. You know that? I'm going back to 1954. I'm going to go back to a suspense-induced movie. And that's what the movie is really more about. It's more about suspense than horror. This movie stars Jimmy Stewart, Grace Kelly, Thelma Ritter, Raymond Burr, and that movie is Rear Window, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. This movie is all about Jimmy Stewart's character, L.B. Jeffries. L.B. Jeffries is wheelchair bound because of he's a photojournalist, basically, for a magazine, and he goes where the story is. And one day he was out at a racetrack, and he's taking a picture. A car wrecks, and he gets hit by a piece of the car or the driver or something, and breaks a leg. So he's been wheelchair bound for 7 weeks when the movie starts, and he's losing his mind. He's basically getting cabin fever because there's not a whole lot to do except sit in the wheelchair, look out his window of his apartment, across the courtyard to the world of other apartments, and speculate what these people are like. He's got Miss Torso to look at, who is a ballet dancer. He's got the couple of Raymond Burr and his wife, and he's got this other couple that sleep out on their basically it's a fire escape type deck, because it's really it's a sweltering summer, so they're sleeping out on this fire escape, so they don't get too hot. Then he's got Miss Lonely Hearts, who is this woman who lives in this corner apartment that just doesn't have any guy around. And then there's the musician, the guy that comes home and puts together music, and he just watches these people live their lives day by day. And on occasion, his girlfriend, played by the beautiful Grace Kelly, will come by and ask what's going on, and he says, oh man, you gotta see Miss Torso. She's basically not a womanizer, but the female version of that. She's like a female wolf. She's got like all these guys coming around all the time, and she's always entertaining, and she's like, yeah, but you know what? She just doesn't love any of them. The love of her life isn't there yet. And he's like, and then there's Miss Lonely Hearts. She ate by herself, all alone by herself last night, but she set 2 places. She pantomimed having like dinner with a second person, and it's sad, but. And he's like, and then there's the Raymond Burr the couple, he goes, he left real early, like 3 a.m. with the suitcase, and he's a salesman. That's what he is. He's like a door-to-door salesman or something like that. And then he came home and he had a saw and he had some rope, and he's explaining all of this to her. And I goes, I don't see the wife anymore. And so he thinks that Raymond Burr killed his wife. And for the rest of the movie, he's trying to prove to his friend that he was, a guy that he was in World War II with, that Raymond Burr is a murderer. He doesn't have any proof. He doesn't have any reason to go over there and bother this guy. And the cop says, he goes, I need something. I need, probable cause, basically. He goes, oh, okay. Well, he goes, you're wrong. His wife is missing, and, you know. So after a while, that's what the whole story is about. It's about him proving to his cop friend that the wife is dead. Now, not going to tell you what happens. Of course not. But this is a very well done movie. It's a top 10 Hitchcock film for me. It's not a top 5. I mean, I could think of 5 other Hitchcock films that I think would fall into that category before this one. This would probably be number 6 or number 7 on the list. But I do enjoy watching because I'm a huge Jimmy Stewart fan. In fact, this is Jimmy Stewart's favorite. He did 4 movies with Alfred Hitchcock: The Man Who Knew Too Much, Rear Window, Vertigo, and oh my God, I just blanked on the last one. Rope. There we go. Ha! Wow. He did those 4 movies. Those 4 movies with Alfred Hitchcock, and of those 4 movies, Rear Window is his favorite. I see a lot of suspense here, but I think it drags in parts for me. You know, that's why it's not a top 5 movie. It's a top 10. But I do like it, so this is what I watched for day 30. I mean, I enjoyed it. I always enjoy it, but like I said, I think there's parts that just kind of drag. But yeah, so that's what I watched for day 30 on the 31 days of Halloween. Tell me what you've watched. Tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and always wait for the slideshow. With that, I'm the 13th Wolfman. Of course, I'm on the prowl.